Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna show you how to make empanadas. Again, I did this before on my channel, but I'm doing this again. Now, okay, so basically empanadas really originated in foods like in Europe and Persia. Persians was able to develop it as like a portable food when they were going out and about, and they didn't even have it around at that time, so they used it as a portable food. And then after that, they were able to actually no, the Moors, aka I think the Arabics, were able to inherit it. They inherited it and modernized it at that time. And then after that, it was inherited by the Spanish, aka Spain, and it was brought down to Central America, South America, in which that was how the empanada became empanada, which is to coat in dough. And that was how it originated and how it was Spanish. Spain was a very big country at the time, so it was able to modernize all the people that ruled all the countries that it ruled. And then later, when we got to independence, it was able to bring the idea of empanadas. So really, it was brought down by the Spain, and that's how we were able to get it. A lot of Spanish-speaking countries today. So you can serve it in any time you want, but I'm going to show you today how to make empanadas. Alright, now first you get your ground beef, or if you want to make some chicken. I got myself some fresh ground turkey, and I want you, because it's going to be frozen at the time, defrost it for I'd say about an hour. Right before you try to make your stuff, defrost it. Defrost it for over an hour and allow it to sit. And then after that, you'll go through the next part. Once your meat is done defrosting, I want you to transfer it into 1 or 2 pots. Something like this. Get 2 of these. You'll be on your way. Obviously, first, wash your hands. So wash your hands before you even touch the food and transfer it. For reference, this should be what you're working with if you're cooking beef. Nice and brown, simmered, all cutted and separated, so that we can start getting our taco seasoning. Now, I have this one, La Casa Mamanita. Important step when you're doing your cooking, make sure to use either, I'm using a specialized ground beef separator, but you can use a spatula, like as you see here. See all the spatulas? You can use this to separate your ground beef. If you're using chicken, then there's different methods, but so yeah, until this is looking just like this, and make sure that none of this raw part is you don't see any pink stuff. Just make sure everything is brown. Just quick double check, and then that would be it for now. And then I'll show you what we need to do next. After you're done separating it, it should look just like this. Everything nice and separated and ready. Also make sure it's nice and oiled, ready for cooking. I would recommend putting your burner up to medium heat or low if you prefer. And make sure to wait until it's golden brown. Once it's golden brown, we'll get to the next step. Very important step, make sure to spray the pan before you go and put your meat in, or ground beef, chicken on your pan. Alrighty, first you're going to need your taco seasoning. There's an alternate version if you want to pour it in the pan and then put the water. I like to do this, get a measuring cup, get some water. I'd say about, let's say, like maybe close to 350 millimeters is fine. Maybe just a little bit less if your preference. Open this taco seasoning up. This. And then pour your taco seasoning into the water. Should get a powdery substance. And then should look like this. Nice powdery. And then make sure to get a spoon and just start mixing it in the, start mixing it in. Now that I think about it, yeah, you can definitely get less of the seasoning in here. I'd say about maybe 250 millimeters is better, because this is a little bit much. Sorry about that, but make sure to mix it until you don't see any powder anymore. It might get a little bit messy, but don't be afraid of that. And also important step for any time you're cooking, make sure to always clean up after yourself. It's like how I made a mess, and make sure to always clean after yourself. Make sure it looks like this liquidy, reddish, brownish substance in the mixture. And then while you have your ground beef just there, sitting on the pot, we will put this on top of the meat, and that'll allow it to be seasoned. But also you have to wait a sec. Make sure any extra debris doesn't get on. Make sure to pour the taco seasoning onto the pan, and make sure to distribute it evenly onto the meat, or ground beef, sorry. Make sure to get in there, make sure it's all distributed. Yeah, you don't need it this much. I'd say 200 millimeters is definitely better. It's a little bit pouring out, but either way, you should have sort of like this, but definitely a little bit, not a lot of water. And it should look like this. And then then start mixing the meat into the mixture, and it should powder down, and the water should infuse with the ground beef. During the process of you making the ground beef, I'd like you to take out your empanada dough. Preferably, you should take it out maybe 5 or 10 minutes before you're done, maybe 15 minutes, so that it can truly defrost. And after that, we'll get back to this in a second. Once your ground beef is well seasoned, it should look something like this. And allow all the spices and the sauce, all the seasoning that you put on. I like to simmer for, let's say, about 5 to 10 minutes. Next step is to get your empanada dough, and then make sure to lay it out on your oven dish. Make sure to spray it, and then before, gently put as much as your oven dish can carry and onto the dish. Next step is to get an egg and start beating it in a bowl. We'll need it for later. Next step is to get a spoonful, about a tablespoonful of ground beef, not too much. Put it gently into the empanada dough. Once you get your ground beef inside of the empanada dough, I want you to wrap it around. Make sure it closes fully. If it doesn't close, if you have too much, you need to put in a little bit less. And make sure it's closed like this. And fully closed, then you've put enough. And then you need to take a fork and really press the empanada dough until you see the forks like this. Just see like the forks increase, and just do that for all of the empanadas. That will be it for now. It should look like this. See all the forks left behind. And next step is to poke the top of the empanada to make sure that it has air for when we cook it or bake it. Just poke like about maybe 3 or 2 holes inside of it. Next step is to get your egg yolk that you had earlier, and get this utensil, kind of like a brush, and make sure to dip it in, not too much because you're gonna have to make most of them. Dip them in and just take it out, and then brush it along the empanada. Should look something like this. See all the egg yolk on top of the empanada, nice and sealed, and has all the fork pokes into it. Go ahead and preheat your oven when you're done. Should look like this. Preheat your oven up to 350 degrees, and wait for it to once your oven is ready, start putting the empanadas in the oven. And I would say set the timer for, let's say, 15 to 20 minutes. Thanks for watching. I'm sure this is thanks for watching for my ways on making empanada. I hope you might find this video helpful. See you later. Bye.